The victim, Mary Kopari, was 30 years old and a mother to a girl 16 years of age on the day of the killing, which was on May 7. Being married to Magarima district, she had lived there for more than 12 years on her husband's land even after her husband left her. She was arrested by the village community and burnt at night after being suspected, along with few other women, of being responsible for the death of a 2-year-old child that day. The other women fled when some men went and burnt down the house where the women lived. Mary was busy selling boiled potato at the Magarima station market, unaware of the child's death, when the community arrested her at around 1 p.m. and took her captive. The rest of the community was told to stay away from interfering in the passing of the judgment for what they called Sanguma Mary. And they burned her body up alive as she screamed for help. Then they cut her limbs before transporting the body to Tigibi in Hulia LLG, where police were eventually informed about the incident. The Tari Police Criminal Investigation Division confirmed the incident yesterday, saying they eventually brought the body to Tari Hospital, where a post-mortem was conducted. No arrests have been made as yet, but police are continuing investigations. A brother of the victim, Payawi Tayawi, has strongly condemned the killing of his sister, saying this sort of violence in burning alive of women must be stopped. He said he wants justice for his sister as he reported the matter to police. PNG's Special Parliamentary Committee on GBV concluded in Port Moresby on Tuesday this week with a historic first inquiry and public hearings into violence against women. The two-day session held from the 24th to the 25th of May at APEC House was led by Committee Chair and Alotau MP Charles Abel, aimed at understanding the challenges faced by GBV survivors and service providers. The inquiry focused to identify gaps in the system and make recommendations to Parliament on the way forward, with a priority to investigate roadblocks behind funding and implementation of the 2016 to 2025 National GBV Strategy. As part of the historic event, the committee learned about the challenges faced by those trying to support people suffering from sorcery accusation-related violence. Representatives from tribal foundations said during their deliberations that any woman who is accused of sorcery are now having their children at risk of the same violence, and that cases must be prosecuted to send a message that they cannot be targeted. Concerns were raised on what is happening to women and children in sorcery-related violence, which they say is beyond what one animal would savagely do to another, and that efforts need to be made to go after the glassmen, the witch doctors who are playing on local fears to make money. Questions were raised on how quickly the police need to go to a village and what should they do when sorcery-related violence is alleged. What services should the survivors be receiving from health service providers and police officers? These questions and more were raised as the discussions on sorcery-related violence went on. A family PNG representative listed out the challenges of dealing with high-profile perpetrators who bent the law to avoid arrest and intimidate the survivor. As deliberations and efforts to curb gender-based violence increases, it is hoped that cases like Mary Kopari's and many others that have gone before her will be a thing of the past in the not-too-distant future.